Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. I am Lizzy Perales, and today I have Zoe is in ghost mode right now. But we do have the most lovely, most kind ever, Jonah Marie. Hello.
Oh, hello. Thank you for those kind words. Happy to be here.
Good to have you. And then we have the coolest and ninja-like Favier. Hello.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
You.
I gotta be the ninja.
Definitely
like
not Axel.
He's not ninja like.
No, or a Favier.
That's fair.
Oh no.
But yes, we also have Axel.
Hi, my name's Axel. I'm sorry I sound like
He's
this.
kind of cool. How is everyone doing today?
We're doing horrible today. How about you?
Oh, at least he's honest.
Yes, I do appreciate the honesty.
Did I tell you I was mad at Target?
Why are you mad at Target?
I am glad you asked. So, guess who's excited about new High Republic books? Guess.
I think it might be
Axel?
Oh yes, Axel.
Guess again, Jonah.
Lizzy.
Okay,
Yes.
one more try.
Liz.
Okay, it was me. I am excited. And for those who don't know, yesterday was the release of Justina Ireland's new book, Out of the Shadows. So also Axel and I worked a double yesterday. So I was like, oh,
$40.
I was like, here's what we're going to do. Well, we will like hit a Target on the way to the work and I'll pick up a book and like, I'll have it. And then when I get home, I can read it and stuff, right? That's my plan. So I go to a Target. First of all, the Target that we find on the way, like, I'm like, oh, I'll only stop at a Target if I'm making good time. And luckily there was no traffic and I made excellent time. And I was like, look, there's a Target right here by the freeway. Let's stop. Hey, this Target looks small and weird. What if they don't have a big book section? And the book section was like one little end cap. And I was like, and they didn't have it. And I was like, but they got Light of the Jedi, man. That's like a whole book ago. So I was like, man, they don't have it. So we went to work and we did our work and then we got a lunch break. And I was like, maybe if there's a Target around here, we can take our lunch in that shopping center and I can get the book.
I remember this exact day. So
it was yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
You made it sound like it was so long ago.
Well, it was long ago. It was 24 hours ago.
24 whole hours ago.
Wow.
So we took our lunch by the Target. And as soon as I drove up to the parking lot, I was like, man, this Target is small too. This is a glorified pharmacy, y'all. And again, they didn't have the book. And I was like, it's good. And so we finished work and I was driving home and I was like, you know what? I can always rely on the Target by my house because it's big and I know it's huge and they always have all the new stuff. And I stopped at the Target by my house and I walked in and I couldn't find the book in the books places and it had like multiple aisles. And I looked in the kids' books and I looked in the grown-up books and I was like, it's YA, maybe they don't know where it goes. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So I like tried to like look on if you have the Target app, you can go to the Target app. And it was just like not available in this store. But when you're in Target and have the app, it won't let you check the other stores. So yeah. I had to go home sad that I couldn't get my book. Keep in mind, there's a Target exclusive cover that I wanted to see in person before I made a decision. And I went home and I was like, okay, like, let's just see what Targets around here have it. And maybe I'll go there tomorrow. And I looked and it was like Target exclusive cover, not available in stores. Okay, that's weird. How about the regular cover? Not available in stores. How are you going to have an exclusive cover of a book and not have it at any stores? I almost had to go to Walmart. But I don't like the Walmart exclusive cover and they only had the exclusive cover. I just want the regular cover because it has the heroes and Sil Vestri Yarrow is a really cool character and I enjoyed the book. And
hey,
You're interrupting my story, dude, and I'm trying to
God.
roll over you, and you keep interrupting.
I just wanted to say Walmart is my favorite place in the world. Do not distract. I love Walmart so much. You can find anything there. Can't
Axel, we can barely hear you.
Well, I'm whispering.
Oh, okay.
Good. Walmart is the best place ever. And
Dude, you turned the mic the other way. That's why nobody can hear you.
what happened?
It's backwards.
Oh.
Wait, then why is? Oh my god, I can hear myself so much better.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
So, that's
So
been
I
the
have-
problem the whole time?
Hello? Oh my
Yes.
god, I sound great. So yeah, please don't disrespect Walmart. It's my favorite store.
So
It's the
I
best.
haven't read any of the High Republic stuff. So I feel pretty what's the word? Off to the side whenever I hear stuff because I'm just like, what? I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll read them one day, but I just there hasn't been anything that's caught my attention.
Mhm.
So just
Fair.
a warning: do not get the main line. High Republic Adventures is bomb.
Got
The main line is
it.
great. You haven't even read it, dude.
Well, I think. Well, have you seen the cover? Well, like just compare the two covers.
Again, the covers are great.
No,
Don't be a jerk.
it has that Trandoshan thingy.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Wait,
Skier is
really?
awesome. He's a one-armed Trandoshan Jedi, and he rocks.
Buck is better,
Buckets of Blood is
dude.
right.
I love Bucky so much.
Okay, this is not a High Republic podcast. I just wanted to air my grievances with Target, and that's why
Got
I'm
it.
sad and had to order it from somewhere else.
Hmm,
Now I have to wait
gotcha.
for
Thank you
shipping.
for sharing.
Gonna be Bucky of Blood.
I'm upset.
You know, we hear your we hear you. We see you. We're very grateful for you.
I'll sit
And
down
we're
now.
sorry. You guys watch Bad Batch?
I did.
Yes.
Wow, that's really cool. Did you watch the recent one called Infested?
I did.
Yes.
What did you guys think?
Filthy Drina, you cruel Skexy. And then they all started like throwing rocks at Chamberlain. And then he's just started saying, please.
That's not an episode of the Bad Batch.
I was gonna say I don't remember this.
That's not an episode of the Bad Batch.
Good.
I thought I was, in a different podcast for a second.
I,
But
you know,
yes,
with Axel, it'll be any kind of podcast.
right.
Hi.
It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I know people call filler for pretty much anything, but I saw some character moments, some great character moments for our main characters. So I very much appreciated it. So here's hoping we finally get to see Crosshair because he is sorely missing from everything.
I hope we don't see Crosshair. I do not like
I mean,
him.
we just came off of like 2 Crosshair episodes, and that was pretty cool.
Well, there
okay.
were 2 Crosshair episodes where he didn't do anything but do what the chip basically is
Right.
holding him to do.
I mean,
so like
that's
I want to see
fair.
some interactions where he is doing things because he would like to do them, not because the chip is telling him to do it. So I want to see some of that character interaction, character
Mhm.
growth, and we didn't really
Gotcha.
see. And like especially since Hauser was there, it's like that would have been a great conversation between him and Hauser, but nothing happened.
I don't think Crosshair is the talking type. And
No,
I
he's
think
not.
even without the chip, he's just a jerk face. And I hope you get what you're looking for, but I'm looking at cards here and I'm like, I don't know, man. I think Crosshair is just a jerk.
But don't worry, it's okay. We don't miss him.
We
Right, I
don't miss
think-
him. Jonah misses him.
I
Let
think
Jonah
what
miss
I
the
mean,
Crosshair.
I admit that he's a jerk too. I just like for the principle of it, where he
Mhm.
is representing all of the other clones who are still under control from this
Mhm.
chip. Like I would like to see some of the things that I've been wanting to see through him
Mhm.
because he is our, the focus
side,
when
yeah.
it comes to that. And it's just like he hasn't been given anything about it.
Although to be fair, I was mad at Tam for like a year, and then
That's
she
fair.
became my favorite. So you
Wait.
never know; they can turn it around.
What's wrong with Tam?
Nothing now.
She's fine now.
she had
She's
joined
great,
the
man.
empire.
Hey, she had a
right?
tough life, dude. It was she had dreams that were unfulfilled. She thought she was gonna find a nice way forward, and she felt betrayed by her friends. I can understand that, but also, how could you? How dare you? But also welcome back.
Yeah, I totally understand that he was a jerk beforehand. But then that was just an arc that we saw. We don't really know. And this is why I really wish that they had released a novel beforehand where they had given us their origin story. Because paired up with
true.
how he ended up leaving, it could have been a little bit more, it could have left us with a more emotional impact.
Yeah.
If we had known his character, really known him outside of, the casual things that he said to the regs, because to his brothers, he could actually be a little bit more. But, we didn't get to see those moments.
I mean,
I
that's
mean, yeah,
the cool thing.
Sorry, go ahead, Dad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's a real cool thing about a novel is that you can like dive back into a lot of those things, especially the things that were like unexplored before us, like you like Crosshair, a little bit more about his story and interaction with the squad, what they did on Saluka Mai, and when they met Voss.
I want to take a fork and cut a piece off of I want to cut a piece off of Buck's horn and eat it.
Roland's horn?
No,
Buckets
of blood.
Yeah, he's talking about.
Oh, I
Republic
see.
stuff. Please listen to the
Okay.
newest episode of Rogue Rebels podcast where we talk about High Republic adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, back
With
to the Bad
comic
Batch.
man.
Well, I was gonna say based off of what Jonah was saying, that's why I was super we were all super scared of when Wrecker was like slowly turning and then did turn. That was especially more emotional and no one was mad at him.
Dude,
So if we did know more about Crosshair, even
Then
if
you
he
might
was a
feel
jerk
worse for
before,
him.
we would
I
feel
think
bad.
the worst part about that whole thing about with as they call him, Muscles, is that people on YouTube were actually right and they pointed out his headaches and stuff. Like
I mean, that was us. We were all
It
watching
was
it going,
very-
"Oh no! Oh
yeah,
no!
it was
oh,
very
no,
obvious.
No!
like
No! No!
who would have thought that people on YouTube were actually right for once in their
Look,
lives?
let's not give the people on YouTube too much credit anyway.
Right.
It was a very easy observation.
Yeah.
I
for
mean, I
once in
know
their
just
life,
in
they
this
didn't
Zoom
fail.
room, I know I heard 12 podcasts all discussing that as well.
Like for once in their life, they didn't fail.
Anyway,
But yeah, I still don't like Crosshair, but maybe if I knew more about him, maybe.
yes.
Yes,
But
that's
Um,
all that I
that's-
ask.
That's the
That's
general consensus right now.
The good thing about Star Wars is it's never too late. Like they can always, even if we have to wait forever, I will still be happy whenever I get the Crosshair book.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. But
You
that's
know?
the thing that worries me. It's like I remember asking Del Rey about that on Twitter, and it said something along the lines of having to wait for the opportunity. And it's like,
Mhm.
okay, well, when is that opportunity? The opportunity
Yeah.
was when the series was on air, and we didn't get any of that. And it's just specifically
Yeah.
referring to Resistance, I mean, but
Right.
yeah, so it's just one of those tug of wars that I have with
Yeah.
Star Wars. And so like I wish that they would follow through with some of these characters and their stories.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm still ready for the Doza book.
I am so ready
I'm
for
sorry.
that book.
I'm sorry. The Doza series. Did I say that right?
Wait, there's a
That's
series
right.
coming out about
No.
Captain Doza.
Why
I
wouldn't
wish.
there be, Axel?
Because
Why wouldn't there be?
Why would there be?
Because it's the Dozas and they're awesome, and you have Vanessa.
He's awesome
have
alone.
Emmanuel, and you have Dora,
And
Wait,
Vanessa.
wait,
and
I
you
had
have
no-
like they run the Colossus, and there's all kinds of little droids that hang out in
Wait.
like a.
I'm just realizing that they're Hispanic.
Okay.
I'm an
I
idiot.
mean, we did 25 podcasts on it, but that's fine.
But I was like 11 and I don't remember.
That's fair.
Wait,
You're
no, I
not
wasn't even
11.
Because
11. I was
you
like
are also
12.
Hispanic, and all you saw on screen was yourself. Representation matters, people.
All I
Woot.
saw was white.
Okay, continue.
But going back to the episode.
Yeah, going back to the episode. So the Bad Batch comes back from a mission, and they see the Pikes, which I couldn't remember for the life of me what they were called because my brain was going through everything else. I was like, Black Sun? No, it's something.
No,
The droid Gatra.
higher.
I was going through Maul's whole army, and I was like, I can't think of it.
Crimson
Uh,
Dawn.
Guess what? I can name it. It's Commander Pike.
From
You're
Star
half
Trek?
right.
No, no. I made a joke because you know how the
It
bronze,
didn't land.
the bronze guy who claims
His name is Pyre.
yeah Pyre.
Oh,
He said
He got the
Pyre.
joke. Yeah,
He
yeah.
said Pike.
I know. I said Pike.
That's why the joke
Got
didn't
it.
work.
Yeah. No. That's why it's a joke.
Huh,
But
huh, huh.
but going back to, I
my
know Sal just mentioned Crimson Dawn, and I'm so thankful that they gave us a new person and like sort of their own crime syndicate, because that it was very interesting to introduce this new person who we could potentially see again later on.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. I honestly I only watched this episode like yesterday, but I kept seeing on my phone like a bunch of pictures of him and stuff, and I was like, who is that? I couldn't figure out if they were trying to bring back Vizago.
Oh
His
yeah.
It's the same species, but like I don't know, that was going through my mind. But I did like his character, even though he was evil, but
I like how, like,
semi.
you know, he's like from a well-to-do crime family, like the
Right.
Durans, and I am going to make my own crime syndicate. And this is my pet that I hold in my hand. know,
Yeah,
I
was
like how
talking-
different. Yeah.
Yeah, he was very different. And I was talking with my mom about it, and we just both came to the agreement that he seemed like the kind of guy who was doing things because that's what was expected of him. Like, this
Right.
is the family he was born into, and that's what he's going to do. But he didn't really seem fully committed to it, especially since he
Mhm.
just walked away at the end. So yeah, I find him interesting, and I'm curious whether he's going to change his own path or continue being, his mother's son and finding ways to make a name for himself.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. But we do go in and he's like, oh well, Sid is out, and I thought it was really cute that Omega was really concerned about Sid.
No.
Axel?
So basically, there is like, I can't say the word, but you know what it is, or else the dogs will jump all over me. Starts with the TREAT. Yeah. So there is one that was just on my desk for no reason. It's been there for like 2 months. It's hard as a rock and old as dirt. I've seen someone say that, so that's just explaining. And I had it just. I don't know what I was doing, but it like cracked. So I was like treating it just like a Lego and just like putting it back together. And Echo jumped, and he got it from my desk, and now he's chewing on it. Hopefully, he
Thank-
doesn't get sick or die. Feel like we
Thank
should do
you.
this.
Thank
Dad,
you
put
for
Echo
the
up to the mic so
information.
we can hear his chewing noises.
No,
Oh, yes.
this is not an ASMR podcast.
But
He's
yeah, what
trying
you
so
were saying,
hard.
what you were
I-
saying about Sid and
Omega, yes.
Omega, yeah.
I thought it was really cute how Omega was really concerned about Sid, because even in the last episode, definitely not the last episode, when
Last
she and her
episode.
were playing not cards.
Dejar.
Right.
Dark.
Dark, yeah.
They had a somewhat bonding moment. Somewhat. It's a little shaky, but like Omega has a big heart and cares for a lot of people and knows that Sid isn't all too bad as she says she is.
Dude,
So,
that's awesome.
Bad Batch doesn't want to go save her. And there she is in their ship.
Yeah.
And I like that she's like, well, at least somebody's worried about me. That was perfect.
Yeah.
And
That
then
was
like
cute.
Bolo and Ketch are just playing like Sabak on top of Gonki.
That was so
That
funny.
was a perfect shot that was
Wait.
needed in that episode.
So they have names?
Yes. Bolo and Ketch.
I wish I didn't know that.
You wish you didn't know that?
Yeah.
You can forget it, I'm sure.
No, I can't.
It's very easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I really do love their relationship and how it's just so different compared to the rest of the Bad Batch, because
Mhm.
being that they're soldiers, I feel like they're really very detached from making any sort of deep connections with anyone except for Omega, and we saw that when they pulled their weapons on the Pikes, or even
Mhm.
suggesting that Omega stay behind. So I really love the comparison there between the two different kinds of relationships. And Sid is just I love that she comes up with nicknames, but I need one for Echo. Echo doesn't have one so far.
Yeah, all I noticed were muscles, goggles, and that was it. That's all I noticed.
And Tiny for Omega.
Tiny.
Bandana.
Bandana.
So what would Echo be?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Echo would be an idiot, but not actual Echo. Actual Echo's nice, but our Echo
Oh, you're
sucks.
talking about the puppy. Okay.
Yeah, I hate him.
Okay. Anyway, we're talking about the
Um,
show, Axel.
Well,
There's-
look at him. He's like yawning and stuff. over
Nobody
there.
look at him. Talking about the show again.
Well, I was
Uh,
thinking because he's not
Cyborg.
really. Yeah, I was gonna say
Brainy.
cyborg because there's really not much to him besides looking
Robo
different.
Boy.
Unless you call them something like droid arm.
Screwdriver.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
It's gonna be Mega Man.
Mega Man. That's fair.
Anyway, she's talking about how they kind of overthrew her and took over her bar. And there's a bunch of spice that they're trying to smuggle out. So they want to take it for themselves first. So they go on a whole mission, another mission.
I'm so happy it wasn't spiders.
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah, they flew. I thought it was gonna be because it looked
Yeah,
like
me
Webby.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like I heard the clicking. Like,
Real spiders don't click, but that's fair.
well, yes, they
A
did.
lot of movie spiders click.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You've never
but,
heard a spider in real life.
Yeah.
But the Earlings, yeah, they were interesting. Very alien for sure with that green
Yeah.
goo.
They seem like just giant moths.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Except they went away from the light. But yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're like hated
got
the
something.
light. They kind of died.
I got something
Um,
to say, and that something is Moth Gideon.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Right on. Right on, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Thank you, Axel. But yeah, they go into a secret way of like this giant cave that leads to Sid's office, which honestly I did not enjoy that cave, even with all the moths, even though you and I were both very happy that they were not spiders. They were still creepy, and they didn't want to make any noise to wake them, or else they would cause a panic. Because they didn't even really harm anyone. They kind of just
No, they like
locked
ripped
things
that whole
away.
team off of their thing and they fell
Oh.
to their deaths. Remember? Like the other guys when they like later?
I guess I didn't see
So,
it as like
they definitely were
hurting them.
dangerous.
I didn't see it as hurting them. I just saw it as like causing disruption, I guess, just like taking things. I don't know. I guess that's just me. But yeah, they go in and they take all the a good amount of the spice. And as they're going back, the moths come back and destroy everything.
Well, they're like hand pumping the little trolleys or whatever, the little mine carts, because they're like, you gotta be quiet now, wake him up. And like he drops his flashlight, and that's where we're like, it's okay. And then on the way back, they're getting chased, and the guys have the guys turn the engines on,
blasters.
and that's when
Mhm.
they're like shooting at him and stuff, and they're like, oh well. And then that's when they like come out and swarm and they kill everybody.
Hey, I've got something to say. So basically, I heard the noises.
Is it something Bad Batch?
No, but don't worry, it's something Echo. So I heard the noises of a shaver. I don't even know what they're called. Little blades. Oh, there he is. Speak of the. So yeah, I heard Bingo in the laundry room, and I heard the sounds of like a razor shaving, and they asked for Echo, and Ricky took him. So I think he's on his way to be executed.
Please do not cut my hair, kind sir.
Okay.
Okay.
May I just ask this? Would you guys like to open the door and see what Bingo
No.
looks like?
Nobody can see on a podcast.
Oh,
Let's go.
poor Bingo. But it's summertime. I'm sure he'll love it.
Yeah, you
It's
better.
okay.
All right, back to the Bad Batch. So yeah, they got these
Yes.
things. And
Do you
then
have
Don-
anything to say about the moths, Axel? Did you like them? Did you hate them?
I was mad that it wasn't spiders, honestly.
But you
Like-
hate spiders.
No, but that's different.
Well, why is it different?
Wait, you play Minecraft. You should know this.
What does this have to do with?
What?
Bad
Yeah,
Batch.
I'm confused at the comparison.
They don't look like real spiders. You know how Minecraft, they don't like.
Yes.
But they're also not spiders
Just like Bad Batch or anything Star Wars, they don't look like actual spiders
because it's space,
because they're like
and they're
egg-
not regular spiders.
like egg thingies.
I
Yeah.
did hate the ones from
Krykna.
Mandalorian. Those were really not great.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Those were the Krykna,
Yeah.
like in Rebels.
Those ones.
Rebels.
I
I
mean, they're a
was.
little bit different, but yeah.
Yes, I didn't enjoy them in Rebels, and I didn't enjoy them in Mandalorian.
You're weird.
Neither. But yeah, they dropped the spice. They drop all of it. Thankfully, like none of it came out of the actual box, which is what I thought had happened. Because later, the Pikes get their what's his name again?
Roland.
Roland Durand.
He gets in trouble for not having the spice.
Mhm.
And I guess he's new at like the Pikes relationship, I guess.
Yes.
So Roland almost dies, but they agree to go and get the spice back from the moths, or at least from the bottom of the cave. Which is
Right.
very lucky for them again that
Yeah.
it did not just fly out. of
They
the
were like,
box.
we know where we dropped it in that scary place. Let's go back.
I really like that Omega is the point of making alliances with other people without really knowing. That was very much like Ezra in Star Wars Rebels, when he would connect with someone, make an impression on them, and then they come back and help him and the gang out at the very end of the series.
Mhm.
And it's because of those relationships that he's made over the years. And I like that Omega is sort of doing that here with Roland, even though her team is responsible for putting him in the situation and putting him in a under a shameful light for his mom. I feel like he has the potential to return like some sort of favor to Omega, because she's just so kind and so unlike anyone in the galaxy that he's probably ever met. So I feel like she's left an impression on him that he could potentially become some sort of ally down the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when we were podcasting with like Vanessa Marshall and talking about Hera and how Omega befriends Hera. Sorry, Axel, I'm gonna bring you up, but it reminds me of Axel and when he was little, and we would go to all these conventions and stuff, and he would just go around and be back with like 5 more friends. Like
God.
That's true.
it was
That actually happened though.
yeah, it was so easy for like kids to just go around and make friends randomly because it's, I mean, as an adult, even me, I don't like talking to people at school. I don't like making friends. So like Axel was just very kind and had that energy to make relationships and connections with people.
Hi.
Even if he just saw them for that day and never saw them
Dude.
again.
It happened all the time at Saber Guild on Tuesdays, like every day at the park.
That's also true. But like not with Saber Guild people. He would like run to the playground and like there would be some random kids over there and he'd be like, hey, these guys want to mess with lightsabers. They may not. But yeah, like going back to the Ezra thing, I think the thing about Ezra though is that it's almost like flipped. Like in this show, Omega is the one who outreaches and wants to help people, and the Bad Batch are just trying to get by. And in Rebels, Ezra was kind of just trying to get by until he met the Rebels, who really taught him about helping other people. And like then he he sort of like glommed onto that and like became better, at it helping and doing that kind of thing.
Right.
But I think also like the big thing with Ezra is that came back to bite him, like being too trustworthy.
Yes, with Maul.
Like it cost him a lot. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen to
Wait.
It kind of
Maul-
happened.
Well, it did with
I mean, it happened here to a point.
Well, no, more with I can't remember her name right now.
Fennec.
Yeah, Fennec Shan.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krennic Shan.
But I mean, so far, like those have been narrow getaways and no lasting damage
Right.
to anybody or their eyes.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's true.
Mhm.
Maul isn't a bad guy. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, thank you for your op-ed.
Wait, what? No, Maul's a good guy. He helped Ezra find the temple. Not
To
really.
be fair, he was right. He was over there like, Ahsoka, come with me. We can stop all this. And she was like, no, thanks. And then she was like, not my master.
It's not like he blinded anybody or anything.
It's not like that happened.
I know.
No,
Right?
not at all.
Episode low. So I'm gonna say something, but don't worry, it's Star Wars related. But I just thought how cool it was that I rewatched Mando and just like got a lot more out of it because, like, I don't know, like earlier this year and in 2020 I was an idiot. But don't worry, I'm smart now. I
Thank you.
I feel like that makes me sound like an idiot. So yeah. And I just thought of how cool it was that Luke had his Vader moment, and you know, like at the end of Rogue One, where Vader comes in and he kills all those like guys, and then Luke comes in and he kills all those like droids in the hallway, and like a door like very much like that, and it was shot the same way and stuff. I just thought it was cool.
Cool.
And also,
Yes, I
think I'm
agree.
an
Maybe
idiot.
we should have a podcast where you can talk about that. All of your experiences now that you are grown.
Now that you are tall.
Now that you understand Star Wars a little bit better.
I am 5'10" and my thoughts have changed.
Axel's taller than me now.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we? Oh, Omega.
Omega.
Yeah, she's
Omega.
cool. She makes a lot
Omega.
of connections, and even with like, even at the end, I'm skipping, but like at the end where Hunter's like, why did you want to help him even though he's not great? She's like, I don't know. I like her answer.
The puppy liked him.
Right.
Can't be all bad. He seems to like an animal.
Right. Yeah, I
He's
do.
treated nicely.
I do love that conversation took place because, and I had to remind myself that the Bad Batch and all of the clone troopers have only been in the galaxy for like 14, 15 years. So they're the equivalent age of Omega.
Mhm.
So it's essentially a conversation between a child and another child. And I love that Omega is the one who's had the experience to see Roland and know that Ruby is a good judge of character. So if Ruby was able to, love this guy the way that she does, it means that he's not totally bad. And so I like that she was able to bring that up and, let Hunter know that not everyone is someone to judge and leave behind. Like there's opportunity if you choose to see it.
I wonder what, like, I really want to know Omega a little bit more about Omega's upbringing.
Me too.
Like where that sort of comes from, because it's clear she didn't get the same Holo Django Fett training, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what
Exactly.
sort of, and it also seems that she has personal relationships with like Nala Se, and she was a
honestly,
medical
like-
assistant. So she seems to be like pretty smart at problem solving and things like that. But also she seems to get like personal relationships. Like she picks up, she's very personable,
Yes.
which like you wouldn't think would happen in Topoka City because nobody does anything except make clones and train clones.
Exactly.
Even the clones are like barely friends until they start going
It
out.
just it reveals to me so much about Nala Se and her personal relationship with Omega. It makes me want. I wish the show would have incorporated flashbacks to Omega and Nala Se just to give us that background, because it's very fascinating to see how Omega is who she is right now, and think about how it has to be Nala Se who helped her learn those kinds of lessons.
Right.
Guess what? I have a theory. I think actually this is kind of a bad theory, honestly. But I'm hoping that the reason isn't that Django never took care of Omega is because I hope this is not what he said when she was born. He's like, oh, I wanted a boy. Oh, Boba Fett, you're cool, man. I just hope that's not the case.
It definitely doesn't seem like Django knew anything about Omega,
Hopefully.
but I don't know because we don't have the Omega book yet.
But what's gonna happen if Boba and Omega run into each other?
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, because they're about the same age.
In theory, like when they say we made 2 unaltered clones, Alpha and Omega, it like feels like they created them at the same time. But then again, like we know Django was like, okay, give me a bunch of money and 1 little boy.
I'm
So-
curious now that I'm thinking about it. I wonder if he actually did want 2, and then they passed off as one of them having died, and he only got Boba when he initially wanted both
Wait.
of them.
Yeah,
What
because
if,
no one knows that Omega is around
Right.
really
Wait.
on
Right.
Camino.
what if the person who opened up the garage door for the Bad Batch in the first episode, that's
her.
Say, right?
Yeah.
Say.
Honestly.
Well, what if she was the caretaker for like both of them, and she loved Omega so much, so that's why she made up that she probably died or something.
And she kept Omega.
Yeah, she kept baby Omega. What if
It's
that happened?
possible.
That would be interesting.
That would be possible.
But it just seems like Django very like I don't know. I feel like Django would ask more questions
yeah.
because
Yeah.
like there's a from this even the small amount of stuff that's out there about young Boba is that like Django really treated Boba like a child. Like Boba doesn't even see the other clones as his brothers
Exactly.
because Boba's like, no, I was the son of Django. You guys are
Mhm.
just experiments, even though they were created in much the same way. But he was unaltered. He was raised as a son. His father took him like bounty hunting and stuff. Like it's he even like he wears his father's legacy even now.
Yes.
Like even now he's like, it was my father's armor. Look at
That's
this.
so rude.
My chain code's been encoded in this armor for 25 years.
Bo-Katan
That's
is
me,
so rude.
Boba.
She bullied him
Boba
just
Fett.
because he's adopted.
Yeah, Bo-Katan. Axel is very unhappy with Bo-Katan being a jerk.
She's such a bully.
I love the part where he's like, mine might be the last voice you hear, or something like that. That's like really, really good. I've heard your voice 1,000 times. Oh yeah, actually, that was D. Bradley Baker.
Wait, so they're not the same person?
They are.
Wait, but that
It doesn't matter. The joke is over.
then why'd you say different?
Continue the podcast.
Okay. Wait, so I actually forgot where we are. Where are we at right
I
now?
want to go back to Abolo and Ketch and their like sneak side mission to help their
Right.
friend.
Wait,
I was trying to figure
Apollo
out
and
what the
Ketch?
name of it. The creature dog
Ruby.
thing. Yeah, Ruby. She looks like I was trying to think of what the animal was called, and I kept thinking Texas, and
Armadillo.
armadillo. And it's so cute. And
Looks
it's
like
very
a
colorful.
rainbow armadillo.
There's this awesome armadillo, and his name is Armored Armadillo. I don't know if you know him.
Oh, we're talking
Did the
about
Star
Megan.
Wars episode guide reveal the title, the name for that species?
The species? I don't know.
Stinky.
I mean, it might have actually, because I think the pictures of it went up like back in that episode, like, hey, we made this little creature.
Hey, Lizzy.
Oh, right.
But like, you might have to go dig. I looked at the episode guide, but I don't remember.
Mm.
Lizzy.
In any case,
What? Yes, Axel?
So I'm not sure if you still like the movie. It's a really great movie in my opinion, and it's called Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm not sure if you're still into it, but I have a comic on it. I could just send you a bunch of pictures.
Well,
every page if you
I will
want.
be there soon, so you can
Alright.
keep it there.
Okay.
On Wikipedia, it just says lizard species.
Of
Lizardillo.
course.
Did you know that
They might as
anybody
well just
can
call
edit-
it an armadillo.
Well, at least they gave it a name, Ruby. So
Ruby.
it's not a nameless lizard.
Yes.
Justice
But
for
yes,
Frog Lady.
yeah, I'm still better
What
about
Justice
that.
for
But
OP Pit? I can't believe
she
that
doesn't
died
have a
already.
name.
no. And her
I guess
species
so.
doesn't have a name either. I don't think so. But Ruby, yeah, I really love how she's like the glue to everything in this episode. And I
Yeah.
love how she ran away from when she was getting her treats, the way
Yeah,
she just
the
pinned,
popcorn.
you know,
They
the Pit Pat
enticed
on the floor
Ruby
was too cute.
with Mantel mix.
Yeah.
Like that's how you kidnap me at Batu.
Except I
Gotcha.
don't know,
Ronto rap.
I don't know
Tip
why,
you.
but
Ooh.
the popcorn at Batu isn't good.
Yogan fruit.
It's just like caramel corn, which I don't like.
Ooh, blue
Mm.
milk.
Wait, why do so much people hate on candy corn and black licorice? Those are like the two best candies ever. Honestly.
Um,
Cool.
yes.
Anyway.
Anyway, so Ruby's cool. I like Ruby.
Mhm. I
Uh,
was waiting to see Ruby roll up into a really cool like Samus Aran style weapon. And that
Yeah.
happened. But you know,
Wait.
there's still 3 more episodes left. Wait, 2 episodes? 2 episodes left, huh?
2
I had
episodes?
no
No, 3
idea.
episodes because there's War Mantle and then the 2 that will be
Right, okay.
the final episodes.
3
Mm.
episodes left.
Okay. So this is not episode 14.
No,
This is
13.
Okay, I got it.
Guess what?
Lucky
chapter
number
13 is called the
Lucky number.
tragedy. Wait, no, the chapter 14 is the tragedy.
Chapter 14 is the tragedy, the one we watch over and over. I want my armor. Anyway,
anyway, but you know, Omega and I keep forgetting his name. Roland.
Roland.
Omega and Roland are trapped together because they're kind of like the
the
not
like
bait,
the,
like
the insur like what do you call them? Like the insurance?
Yeah.
Like the
Leverage?
leverage.
go. Okay.
Yes.
That's way better,
We
Jonah.
are
But they
farmers.
kind of
Bum,
talk.
ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
They kind of talk to each other about like, hey, why are you doing crime? And then you know, I like that Ruby, you know, crawls over to her, and Roland is like, Ruby doesn't take a liking to many people, so
Mhm.
like even that like kind of shows how Ruby is maybe semi good at like choosing who's a good person ish,
But-
much like Omega.
Mhm.
Which is why at the end she's like, oh well, Ruby likes him. I don't know why I helped him, but you know. So I think it's cute.
Guess what?
Yes.
I never
Axel.
really understood why in Star Wars people just like buy a whole crate of spice. Like me in real life, I would never just go, "Hey, give me 100 pounds of cinnamon." Like I would never just.
Yo, let me get 3 tons of pepper. That's
That's
good.
if you're selling wholesale. That's when you
Mhm.
would buy big amounts
Right.
like that.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make some money on this pepper resale market. Then you take that 3 tons and you break it up into little packets and you sell the packets and you make more back on the pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very curious what Issa Durand is going to think if she sees or when she sees her son and how he's lost the one horn.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm curious what her reaction would be.
Is there a like that's a new character, right? The Durans.
It is. Yeah, they are.
Like we haven't heard because like the name kind of sounds like a familiar, but maybe it's just sounds familiar in a Star Wars
Isn't
way.
it a fruit?
Wait,
Yeah, but
No.
like in Star Wars,
there's something that
there's
I've
so many
heard
crime
of,
families.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
reminded
called
me.
a Durdarian. What is
Mm.
that? Durdarian? What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm not
I-
sure.
heard you
Durian
say
is a
it.
fruit.
Yeah,
I
but
forget the
That's
name
spiky
of.
fruit.
I forget the name of the people who ended up stealing the Millennium Falcon at one point.
I know this one.
Aguavian.
I know this one.
No, it
Who
was
stole
like
it from
a
Duquesne. Who stole it from
Duquesne.
me?
Yes, right.
Duquesne.
So like
Another
that's
fruit.
that's what came to my mind when I heard Durand. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, these two
Yeah,
are brand
Definitely
new.
fits in that family.
They like using
of-
fruits as names.
Okay, Duquesne. There's actually a Star Wars Adventures, like,
Yeah.
Flight of the Falcon, a little adventure that talks about how Duquesne stole the Falcon. And it's actually
Oh.
pretty adorable.
I read that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were gonna do a
That
whole
guy is a jerk. But then
Yeah,
he
he is.
regrets it later on in life.
he feels bad about it.
Yeah, he does.
Duquesne is not without remorse.
You should start reading High Republic Adventures.
She doesn't like Jedi.
I don't like Jedi.
What?
No, they kind
See.
of bore me. And they're so controversial.
They're problematic.
Yeah, very problematic. That's why I don't like, the Skywalkers and stuff. I just like, cool characters like Vi Marati and stuff.
Wait, who's
Individual.
Pepperoni?
Rebels is cool too.
Wait,
Not
who's
too much
that?
Skywalker.
But yeah, the Durans, I'm curious how much of a hold they have on whatever sector they're in.
Mhm.
I mean, it seems like the family is probably like, I don't know, like
Up
the
and
impression
coming.
that his character gives is that he's from a well-to-do family.
Right. Yeah,
So
he
it
looked
seems
very
like a well-to-do,
sophisticated.
yeah,
Yeah.
crime family is doing well enough wherever they do their business, but it doesn't sound like they're you know, they definitely don't have the pull of the Pikes or Black Sun or whoever else is rocking around the galaxy right now, Crimson Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
There's this really cool bounty hunter, and his name is Dodge.
What?
You
Just
mean
kidding.
Dirge?
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes
Dirge,
more sense.
not Dodge.
Hmm. He is a cool bounty hunter.
Continue.
I'm now making chair noises.
Please stop.
Okay.
What were we talking?
We
Oh,
were
the
talking
horn
about
and the
Roland and
Durans.
Omega's
Yes,
moment.
the fruit. Yes. But later he does like they do return the spice back, and they're like, well, you know, you
It's a
still
small
shouldn't have
price to
messed
pay
with
for
us, Duran.
salvation.
And they slice one of his horns off, which I don't know why I thought they were gonna slice his head off like in front of
Well, that's
Omega and
yeah,
stuff.
that's what it looked like.
It is what it was looking
But
like,
here's
but I
exactly
really
what I
thought they were
thought-
going to do it.
That
What'd you
must
say?
have really hurt. It's probably like pulling out teeth.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
thought it was
prefer
like
that
cutting
over
off a
like
nail. But
I
yeah,
would
you're
prefer
probably
that
right.
over my head though.
But here's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought that they were gonna take his eye out because I remember in this very cool episode of Dark Crystal where scientist gets in trouble because he let the Gelfling steal the vial, which had all the essence in it. And if you guys don't know, the essence is what the Skeksis use to. So basically, he's like, this requires a more permanent punishment, and bring out paper beetle, and it like crawls inside his eye and like eats everything out, and then now he has a cyborg eye.
Ew.
That's scientist.
His nickname would be Cyborg Guy if Sid met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, let's go, Cyborg Guy.
Dude, I love Emperor's laugh. I just love how I don't know. He's my favorite Skeksis. Okay, Star Wars.
Anyway,
Star Wars. People.
Yes, Star Wars. You keep speaking and then I forget.
Right.
Sorry.
So Roland's horn and Sid getting her parlor back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically,
do-
what I was
she-
trying to say is I thought they were just gonna take his eye out. That's really all I was trying to say.
Yes. That would be interesting and very probably not very family friendly.
Star Wars.
It is Star Wars, but that's intense. I guess even getting blinded is also pretty intense. Anyway. Yeah, Sid gets her bar back, which is nice. She's very excited about that. And I do like how she's like, oh, first round's on me. And Wrecker's like, you definitely owe us a lot more than just that.
No, they don't. I mean, no, she doesn't.
she's like, I would if you hadn't ordered like 17 tons of Mantel mix.
Wait,
So many.
what is Mantel mix?
It's basically Batu mix.
Ugh. Okay.
Yes, it's the popcorn.
Mhm. You guys didn't like it. You guys tried it, right?
I didn't like it. I don't like
Okay.
sweet popcorn.
Nobody liked it.
Dude,
Okay.
nobody,
I haven't tried it.
Nobody likes sweet pop.
Somebody likes it.
Who?
Batuans? Question. Kat Saka
Batooine.
probably digs it.
Okay, no one's laughing.
It's because it's not funny.
Yes.
Continue.
Well, actually, I do remember getting Axel popcorn.
Yeah, you
It was
guys got to try
chocolate, or though it was chocolate
Oh,
though.
Interesting.
That was good. Kind of. Not really.
Anyway, sorry. But overall, I really liked the episode. I definitely wouldn't call it a filler episode.
I don't call anything filler episodes. There's always something good
Mhm.
to be said or something to be learned in every episode, even if it doesn't like overtly contribute to some larger like narrative. Like,
That
and I think this is, I guess it's not my problem, but also like I believe sometimes people who are watching a thing like this animated series or reading a book or a comic or something, they do it because they feel it's going to add something to a bigger narrative that they care about. Like, people who are, I don't know, watching like Resistance because they want to know what happens right before Rise of Skywalker or something like that. Like, they want to know the bigger story and they're like, ooh, let me get a little bit of background here. But the story here are about these characters. Generally, like Resistance was about those characters. This show is about these characters. So if you're like watching it to be like, oh, like that's how, I don't know, Hera formed a rebellion, then you're probably going to be like, oh, this was filler because like nothing happened. But it's not. The story is about these characters and you just want it to be about something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Thank you for
I
coming to
agree.
my TED Talk.
just if those two chimneys were just right next to each other, it would be awesome.
What?
Continue. He says this every episode. Oh, but then again, like we were on like 3 episodes with Zoe and he says it every episode. I'm not going to explain it. Listen to your own podcast.
I didn't realize. But I mean, that's the end of the episode, and I'm again, even though I think Omega is a little too naive sometimes, like she's doing good, and I believe in her.
She's living her best life.
She is
with
somewhat.
her best,
She's kind
with her-
of getting tracked down, but like
with her best bros.
Yes.
But she's helping getting them through. Where would they be without her?
Probably Camino.
They would have got there and been like, well, we're never going to find Sid. What do we do now?
They wouldn't have been there in the first place, because the reason they went to Sid was because they wanted to know who was tracking down Omega.
Mhm.
So they would have been somewhere completely different, doing completely different things. But yeah, for me, like I mentioned, it wasn't a filler, mainly because it gave some character moments that I appreciate, because a lot of the time it feels like I have to grasp at what the characters are like, what the meaning behind what they do is, and like I have to grasp at that and interpret it my way, even though that's maybe not what the writers wanted or intended. So I like when they give me things when it's about the characters, even though it doesn't relate to their overall story. But that said, I would really like to get back to her, and the fact that the Kaminoans still want her, and are there more bounty hunters who are after her, and things of that nature. Like, I would like to connect back to that storyline and see if it's going to get wrapped up by the end of the season or get continued in season 2. So but I do appreciate what this episode was able to do and what they gave us with it.
I think the best part about this podcast, about these types of podcasts, is that we each have our own mic and I can make all the noise I want and you can just edit it out. So I'm going to be chewing on...
Not true.
So I'm just going to be chewing on Steve for the next couple of minutes.
Not true.
Not
this
true.
is not a Real Rebels
this is all
podcast.
recorded on a Zoom.
Oh, God. Dang it.
But yes, I agree. Thank you, Jonah. Before Axel.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I'm excited for the next few episodes.
And we're getting to that like season wrap up or
Oh, man.
or series wrap up. We don't know. I hope
We
for
don't
season
know.
2, but we don't know. I'll take a comic book. I don't care.
I would too, because I really
know.
would like to see some of these storylines, tied up at the end.
I guess if we were going to continue Omega's story, would you rather it a book or see it in animation?
Animation.
Animation, but I also wouldn't mind a book with the animation.
More information.
I mean, I think a book like gets deeper in characters in a way that film can't do.
Exactly.
But like, so I'm a big proponent of having characters go across different mediums. Like, because every medium has its strength. You know what I mean? So I think like after doing a visual medium, yeah, maybe try a book or a comic book or something different, or I don't know, Omega, the video game. Like sometimes like putting yourself in the character's shoes gives it an interesting
how about a new character
to do.
combined with both of the Star Wars babies,
Oh no.
Omega and Baby Yoda, aka Grow Mega. Check your WhatsApp. I just sent you something. I don't know if
No.
you
I
guys got it.
saw it.
No.
You saw it. Okay, good. I'm
Anyway.
going to send it to Jonah and Zoe.
No.
Gasp.
If I can
Wait,
find my phone.
I think I remember what is. I think I remember what this is. But it's
Yeah, just go
okay.
with that. Everybody's seen it already. It's fine.
Send it to me if you would like.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying the show. We got 3 episodes, people, for Voss to show up. So everybody just keep your fingers crossed.
We
I
do.
knew he
You
was
know,
gonna
you
come
just-
back
you
to
just
Voss.
you keep out. Don't ever give up hope, y'all. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Oh, Sal.
Everybody got their brand, man. Veer's watch got Veers to come back. I can will this into existence.
I got
This
a
is
sword to tell.
true.
But don't worry, it's not another Dark Crystal reference. So I remember the other day, like last Sunday, no, last Sunday actually, we were at an armor party, and the guy looked at me, and then he turned back at Sal, and he's like, "Dude, I just looked at Axel, and I swear to God, it felt like I was looking at Liz." I don't know. Apparently, I have your wife's eyes and my mother's eyes, the same person's
That
eyes.
makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that does make sense.
Mhm. You were genetically engineered
I know, right?
to have fewer, to be more accommodating. No, what was it? Whatever. Episode 2, y'all. Let's just watch it again. I already failed.
All right. I think that is a podcast then.
I think that's pretty successful.
Podcast.
That
Yeah.
was a nice podcast.
I would call that a podcast. I'd
It
call
was.
that a pretty good
That is a
podcast.
fact. It cannot be
Um,
disputed that was a podcast.
we can start doing wrap-ups and like plugs and stuff. Wrapping up. So for Star Wars Geek Girl, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us at Star Wars Geek Girl or at SW Geek Girl. There's also a website, starwarsgeekgirl.com. Zoe creates monthly polls, quizzes on Wednesdays, and she creates blogs and articles on Fridays. They're great. And they're also, the Hinton family are having a Wrecker helmet giveaway. You can sign up for blog subscriptions before August 1st. So if you want a Wrecker helmet, go do that at starwarsgeekgirl.com.
Cool.
The Rouge
Uh,
Rebels.
You can check us out at theroguerebels.com, where I recently uploaded my review of Out of the Shadows, the book that Target doesn't have. Also, you can check us out on TikTok at The Rogue Rebels and Instagram at The Rogue Rebels, Twitch, Rogue Rebels.
You can also check us out at Twitch, but I'm an idiot and I forgot to get a capture card, so we won't playing any more Minecraft. Goodbye.
We stream on Thursdays at 3.
Hello?
You can check out the podcast. Rogue Rebels podcast is available anywhere you get podcasts. But if you go check on Spotify, I have Rogue Rebels playlists that neatly sort by subject. So if you want all Bad Batch episodes, I got them. If you want all High Republic episodes, I got them. And that is getting added to a lot because there's a lot of new books and comics. We just recently did an episode on High Republic Adventures and High Republic comics, and I got the book stuff coming. Check out the Facebook page. Go like it, be our friend. Tweets at Rogue Rebels fan. Bye.
Them I got.
Epic. Jonah, where can we find Geeky Bubble?
Sure. So listeners can find Geeky Bubble on the Twitter with the Twitter handle at Geeky Bubble Pod, and they could also find me at Blue Jay Guys. And for our podcast, you could just visit anchor.fm and then search for Geeky Bubble.
Epic.
And that's it.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course,
Jonah,
definitely.
Dad, Axel. Thank you, especially Axel.
I got one more story. So
tell us.
yesterday on Tuesday, I remembered that day like it was just yesterday. Anyway,
Wow.
so yeah, I was on the floor because he was taking pictures outside of the house. And so basically I was on the floor and I had nothing better to do. So I started just doing push-ups in the middle of the room in my uniform. And the lady outside just saw me and was like, what the heck is that kid doing? She just saw me like laying on the floor and just like doing random stuff. Like I was on my
Nice.
phone on the floor and just like, I don't know.
Very professional.
very professional. Lens, go check us out.
Oh.
No, sorry, just get nope. Don't check us out, please. Please, sorry, Sean.
Don't tell people where we work.
I'm
man.
sorry. Sorry, Sean.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. Ghost Zoe, I'm sure says bye and thank you. And that is Un Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
I don't know.
May the force be with you.
It's called a
and
ghost, okay? Just a ghost noise.
Thank you for the ghost noises. I very much appreciate it.
You're
Thank
very
you so much
welcome.
for listening, and goodbye.
I don't think they can see you.
No, but Zoe, whenever she could be done recording.
Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.